everyone. Welcome back to this week's Energy Insight. This is the Energy Insight for the week of December 19th to the 26th, so the week of Christmas. And it's a full moon week this year for Christmas, and what better way to celebrate our manifestations than during the Christmas week? I'm like super excited to be here to share the message that my guides have given me for the week of the full moon in December. We are entering the halfway point as we go into the full moon. So the halfway point for the new moons, the moon cycle for this month of December, and it's been a wild ride. It's been a wild ride, and there's I keep getting and keep doing doing some card insights and exploring with my guides where the shift is going to happen, and because I feel like we're at a precipice right now, and there will be a shift that will be bringing in. So I am calling in personally that the shift is going to happen, though either the end of the week that we're in right now, the waxing quarter moon, or during the week of Christmas, during the full moon week, where as a collective we are connecting with one another and really manifesting how we want this world that we live in to be. So let's get started. The week of our full moon, I relate it to the chakras. Now, the Light Mastery map that you can download on my website just by signing up for any of the free resources, and you'll get access to the VIP portal, which is where the Light Mastery map is. The Light Mastery map shows how to step into your power, how when you're in shadow, when you're in powerlessness energy, and the full moon week will use all of our chakras. Yep, all of them. So as we go through the week, it will start out with the lower chakras. So you'll have situations around boundaries and space and resources as near the beginning of the week. So as you're like getting close, like the beginning of like 19th, 20th, 21, and then as you work through those, it's then enters closer to your heart chakra near the middle of the week. And then over Christmas, it's really about our upper chakras, which is our domains about how we're manifesting, our big vision for our life, how we want to identify within our own little world, within the world around us, how we want to see ourselves in the situations that we're in our life. And it's really powerful. It's really powerful because as the next week after the full moon, it's really sitting in that space of the upper chakras and exploring how you want the new year to look. What's your big vision for the new year? So it's super exciting, and I am blessed to be here. So thank you for joining me on this journey. Let's get started with the energy messages. So the message that I got was there have been many manifesting a shift of energies for our world. Many have been envisioning childlike experiences for the Christmas season. Nostalgia, memories of Christmases past, and wanting to recreate that because it may have not looked like that last year. Um, and for some, it may not look like it's possible again this year, but I want you to try. And even if you find different ways to make that happen, and I'll talk about that more as we go into the messages, but let's explore how to bring in more memories, how to create memories with those that we love this year. We have, as a collective, been dreaming of everything coming to an end. In that, the restrictions and everything that's been going on is going to somehow miraculously finalize and be completed, and we will be free to enjoy Christmas with our families. That is what many of us have been manifesting, have been envisioning, have been dreaming about, and the energies feel like that's possible. They feel like it will come to an end in some way, in some form, and an abundant fresh start is coming into the world. That's what it feels like. Now, the timing of it may not be exactly at Christmas, but it feels like we're in that precipice where anything is possible. Anything is possible. And I want you to realize that as we are doing this, there's bold, creative energies that are coming in, that are flowing in to help us start anew and to help bring abundance and balance to the world again. This week, I am going to release this video to the public in full. And if you are part of my Soul Talk membership, you can still watch it through the membership platform. But I want everyone to have access to this so that they can step into the week of Christmas with more joy, with more empowerment to be there and help build those relationships with those that they love. So the first message that I got from my guides was, change isn't always comfortable. Allow yourself to feel any grief you have about leaving the past in the past, leaving the past behind. That maybe like memories that you were very fond of those memories, and you're feeling some grief, some mourning that maybe you can't, or struggling to try and figure out if you can recreate that type of experience, that exact type of experience for this year. I want you to allow yourself to feel what you need to feel, but don't get stuck there. Know that the future won't look as it does now. You have the power to shift your perspective from what was to what is possible for you. Allow yourself the space to feel what you need to feel, and then ask yourself, what do you need to let go of from the past so that you can move forward in some way? So that you can be more present with the people that you do have in your life right now. And so that you can create deeper relationships with those that you do have in your life right now. It is making the experiences that you have possible, that are possible for you in this moment, the focus. Not holding on to this picture of what was, but to look at where you are now and really try and soak in the blessings that you have in front of you, that you have in these moments. Number 2, share what you love with those you love. Share what you love with those you love. Let go of the past. Know what you value now, and actually show those people that you value how you value them by being there in this moment now. When your mind is consumed with what was, or a lack in your current life, so you're like, I used to have this, but I don't have this now. That is what you're bringing in. You're bringing in more lack. You're bringing in more struggle. But when we look at, I heard recently that love is creative joy. Love is creative joy. And when you think about it, it is very true, because real moment, I said that wrong. My guides are just telling me to correct it. It's joy is creative love. Joy is creative love. So when we are focusing on the lack in our life, we are not allowing the loving energy to flow through us. We are not creatively experiencing love in a way that brings joy. Allow the magic of Christmas to bring in that loving energy in new ways that may be way, way better than you ever thought possible. Don't focus on necessarily the material things or what isn't possible. Look at the connections you can make. Even if you have to do a phone call or a video chat with a loved one because you can't be together this year again. Don't focus on the lack, but try and find that connection with the people that really matter to you. It's picking up the phone and saying, hey, I'm thinking of you. It is sending a card that says, I'm thinking of you. Or just sending you love. Doesn't have to be the 5-page Christmas letter that explains what you did your entire life. No. But you can just have a few words in that card that let people know that you love them. That you love who they are right now in this moment. And that they matter to you. Share what you love with those you love. Okay, so there are potential shifts that might happen for our future resources. And I don't know if that's going to happen this week of Christmas, but allow the abundance of whatever is allowed, whatever flows in, allow that abundance to flow in. And allow yourself to be part of the experience. Let go of your expectation of what needs to be and just be part of the experiences that you are creating. The third one is layered. Now, the message that I got was love is flowing around the world, allow it to bring us together once again. And it's very much true on a collective. On a collective, we are all really bringing in this loving energy. And a lot of us are helping people to let go of the past as that loving energy flows in. There are the week of Christmas. There's very much a relationship energy. It is all about building connections. So there may be people that are like missing people in their life and wanting to reconnect with them in some way, but maybe there was some hurtful stuff that happened in the past. I want you to, if that relationship really matters to you, but there's some forgiveness that you need to do for yourself and for the other person, then do that. Do that. Picture your old self and the other person, and send it loving energy and forgiveness through an energetic cord, and cut that cord so that trauma, that hurt, that pain is gone, and you can move forward in some way. And then to try and build that bridge with the other person. Maybe that means you send a card that says, "Hey, I love you, I'm thinking of you." To try and melt a little bit of the frost that might be on their end. How they react, how they choose to, if they choose to accept that gesture, that's up to them. That's up to them if they're willing to receive that love for themselves. But I want you to try if it really matters to you. Just don't have any expectations of how they should react or how they should accept your love. What matters is that you took that tiny step forward to try. And it may, for some people, it may actually mean that old connections, old relationships are coming back together again. Those bonds are healing. Other people may have to make some decisions about who they're hanging out with, or who they're interacting with, or who they're following to try and reduce the negativity in their life. And they've been feeling like, all of that stuff is kind of weighing them down, and it's time for something lighter and brighter and filled with more love. And so if this happens, sometimes you have to give yourself space from those people so that you have that opportunity to work through what you need to work through. You don't necessarily have to tell them that that's what you're doing. You don't necessarily need to say, pour the gas on the bridge and light the match and walk away and say, "See ya, suckers." No. You don't need to burn the bridge. But if you need the space to do what you need to do for healing, to shift your perspective on your life then in a more positive light, then do that. Then do that. Creative energies are flowing in. They're bringing new excitement for everyone's future. There's new outlook for what's possible, and it's really fresh perspectives if we're open to the opportunities. If we're open to the opportunities. So, forgive whoever you need to forgive. including yourself. And know that not everyone's perspective is going to, or perceptions are going to be the same as yours. We're all on different journeys. But when we are open to seeing ourselves from a new perspective, then it becomes easier to try and see somebody else from a different perspective. It's also entering in conversations with people, not necessarily thinking that they're always going to be the same person. They're always going to act how they always acted. It is, if we have changed a lot over the last year, is it possible that that other person has changed in some way as well? What if when we go into these conversations and start interacting with those different people, again, we don't expect them to act a certain way. We don't expect them to act in the way that they have in the past. Because when we expect them to act the way that they have in the past, then we may be actually walking into that conversation, walking on eggshells already. And then we're manifesting that negative reaction. We're actually creating that situation. We're manifesting it. So let's try and manifest something more positive. Let's try and be open to seeing other people's perspectives a little more, pausing before we are reacting, and trying to see things from a different perspective. And that might be, instead of reacting to what was said, start asking some questions, like to try and understand why they have that viewpoint. And you may not agree with it, but at least you're having a mature discussion about each other's viewpoints at that point and going, okay, and you will find a way. And it's not about you're saying this and that's not right and blah, blah, blah. It's more of a, oh, that's an interesting perspective. I didn't see it that way. This is what I saw it as. See, that's a very different energy than the first one. The first one was very accusatory. The first one was very much a you. You're wrong. That's not right. Very judgmental. The other side is, oh, that's what you think? That's interesting. I didn't see it from that perspective before. I was looking at it from this way and never thought of it being it the other way. And it's a very mature way of having a conversation, and it's actually allowing both of you at that point to, or at least you, to sit with the different types of perspectives and seeing which one actually fits you more. Because you may find that their perspective actually suits you better than the one that you had been holding. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. Find a way to build the bridge. Trying to see another person's perspective on things is helping to build that bridge, and it's walking out part way to like put yourself out there in some small way. You will find the ways, you will find the words to start anew. If the relationship truly matters to you, you will find the way. You will find the way. This season, I'd like you to simplify the events so that you can actually connect with those you love and be part of the experience instead of just listening to it from the other room. You know, like the kitchen. Find a way to connect with people that matter to you on a deeper level. It's very hygge. For those of you that don't know, my hygge course, my Hygge It course, dropped this week, or recently, about the middle of December, and it is now available for those that want to learn a little bit of hygge lifestyle and how to simplify life a little bit more than what we've been conditioned to believe we need to have life as. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I will be back for the waxing quarter moon, so I will see you before the new year, but until next time, be simply you. Merry Christmas. If this resonated with you in any way, I'd love it if you could share the love. Share this video, like this video, subscribe to this video, drop a comment below. If you'd like to buy me a virtual coffee, I use these funds to help support my family in some way. And the membership for Soul Talk information is down below in a link. So until next time, thank you again for joining me. Merry Christmas. Be simply you.